Today we are privileged to be joined by some of the most celebrated leaders and experts in sports, academia, and business, each of whom have played a pivotal role in shaping this collaboration. Their insights, vision, and dedication to the advancement of sports and education is truly extraordinary. We have with us today Mr. Pullela Gopichand, legendary coach, former All England champion, and whose dedication to nurture young talent has transformed Indian badminton. Mr. MSK Prasad, former Indian cricketer and chairman Indian cricket team, and a stalwart of the sport, whose strategic vision has transformed Andhra cricket. Welcome, sir. Ms. Anju Bobby George, an icon in Indian athletics, first Indian athlete ever to win a medal at the World Athletics Championship. Mr. Anil Nair, a leader in corporate management, championing innovative sports initiative that bridge excellence and opportunity, and the chairman of Bangarra Group. Welcome, sir. Dr. Raul Rodriguez, strategic force behind Woxsen University and an academic leader integrating sports education with advanced methodologies and holistic development. Mr. Anthony Chaco, director of SixS Sports and Business Solutions Inc., who's a strategic force behind shaping sports business models, driving impactful collaborations and sustainable growth. Mr. Ritesh Gaud, chairman of Samyukta International School, and Mr. Arun Nair, co-founder of Sporthood. As we move forward, I would like to invite Ms. Yashasvi and Ms. Samara to come forward and share the concept note.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samara E. Chaco, and I'm an international sprint kayaker, and I've represented India at Asian Championships.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yashaswini, an international taekwondo player who won bronze for India in the Asian Championship.
So let's talk about our vision for now. Our vision is simple yet powerful. Every child in India must have the right and opportunity to discover their physical potential and become their best version of themselves. From early childhood moment to elite performance, from grassroots participation to life after sport, our goal is to build a strong sporting ecosystem that is inclusive, holistic, and future-ready. But to make this vision truly impactful, we must integrate sport with quality education, advanced training, and lifelong career support. That's why institutions like Woxsen University play a vital role, offering not just academic excellence, but a future-focused education rooted in entrepreneurship, artificial intelligence, design, management, liberal arts, and law. With a strong industry linkages and a proven record of global placement, Woxsen empowers students to thrive both in and beyond the world of sport.
Every aspiring athlete must be equipped not only with world-class facilities, mentorship by legends, and cutting-edge sports science, but also with the mental agility and professional skills needed to navigate life confidently, whether they continue in sport or pursue other careers. For us, this is not just about medals. It's about pride, identity, and health and opportunity. Sport must be woven into every fabric of our national development. Today, we are proud to share this vision, a vision that reflects our deep commitment to a stronger, healthier, and a more confident India through the power of sport, education, and innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. I would like to invite Mr. Raul to kindly come forward.
All right. I don't have a speech. I really hate stages. because we are all the same. But since I was asked to be on the stage, I will. Now let me tell you two personal anecdotes and then jump directly into the partnership. First and foremost, let me tell you, for all of you who don't know much, besides that you came to the campus, about Woxsen University, when we started in 2014, as a disruptive force which everyone dreams of and everyone sells that marketing, we actually did. We fought for the last 10 years against the predominantly famous IIMs and IITs in this country. Honestly, I am from Spain, so for me, IIMs and IITs really meant nothing. I mean, you show me names and logos, it was quite clueless. But people used to show them off. Then we came to the Hyderabad context, where our neighbors, ISB, were also selling that. Back in the day, we were a school of business only, not a university. And by push, by determination, building connections globally, bringing the best from abroad and in India, by pushing a lot of efforts and blood, and get criticized continuously and daily, we got no less than to the top 200 universities worldwide. In fact, 2 days back, we got ranked 27th in Asia. And let me again emphasize, we are only 10 years old of existence. Also, a similar personal anecdote, I was formerly a professional basketball player in Spain. Unfortunately, I happened to break my collarbone into 6 pieces because, well, an inspired basketball player thought it's a good idea to be below me when I'm dunking. And obviously it did not go well for me. It was beyond repair at that point in time. So after much frustration, losing focus, almost borderline depression, because as all of you who have competed at high level, you make that your life. And when you don't have any other life, suddenly you lose the only limelight, and you have nothing to focus on. Fortunately, for some miracle of God, of being in the country I was, the country ensured that you can only play basketball, particularly, and tennis at that point in time, if you are pursuing education, higher education particularly. Otherwise, they bench you and you cannot play. So they ensure that you have a backup. And of course, I had a backup. So hence, I continue, and well, the rest is history. This is exactly what we are here for. I know you may see fancy logos, and you see a lot of partnerships happening. We, as a university ecosystem, come into 2 aspects. First and foremost, the education aspect. We have to make sure that sportsmen and women have not just a future, but a present. And we ensure that after sports, which is going to come, what are you going to do with that? And who are you going to be when you lose that essence of belongingness to the sport that you are no longer a part of? Similarly, from the childhood age, can we train them to make it equally important that sports is fine, fitness is equally important, but what about your academics? You cannot just let it go altogether. And I'm not talking about degrees. I'm talking about skills. I'm talking about abilities. That's on the one aspect. The second aspect is the sports academy we have. As many of you have already come to campus. Of course, most of you who are here anyways are on campus daily. You know the kind of investment, time, and efforts put into putting that place together. We know where we are located. We know we are far from the city. If any of you has 300 acres in the city, please let me know. But last time I checked, there wasn't. So consequently, we had to go far. Now, what does far mean? Far means that we have no pollution. Far means that we have no noise. Far means that we have a mini city within a city. And consequently, we can train the future. I will not say that we will train the Olympics, because that's a big, big if. But what if? You know, to conclude and leave you in that hanging note on the Olympic side and beyond, when I first said that we will be bringing international faculty to Hyderabad full-time, when I first said internally, not even talking externally, that we will apply to the QS ranking after 6 years of existence and see what happens, when I said that we will get international accreditations, especially in management education and engineering, and people say no chance because ISB already has them. We did get it much faster. And on the international faculty front, self-explanatory. So whenever we say that we are going to do something, and we are here on a Friday morning, and we are just, well, organizing this and making sure that we announce it, it's not just an announcement. If we are saying, and especially if I invested my time personally, which I can speak for, and I'm here to tell you that it will happen, it means it will happen, by some means or the others. So let's make it happen. Let's push the future of actual Indian sports and education. Let us not continue in the same trend where people lack the future and lack the projection and lack the current present as well. We are here for that. We have the skills, the infrastructure, the capabilities. The rest is just willpower to make it happen. So I thank you all for being here. Each one of you is really appreciable to invest your time, and let's make it happen. Thank you.
Can I request Mr. Anthony to please give a token of appreciation to Dr. Raul?
Ever thought what type of university you need in a world where practical skills matter most? You deserve a place with state-of-the-art facilities and hands-on learning. With global connections becoming vital, you need a university that offers international exposure and builds a global perspective. Education shouldn't mean sacrificing your passion for sports. You want world-class facilities and coaching to train and excel with your study. The university should feel like home, diverse, inclusive, and a melting pot of cultures.
Thank you, sir.
As competition grows, you need a
Can I request Mr. Anthony to stay back, please?
personalized guidance from day one. You deserve...
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm the director with SixS Sports, which was one of the companies here in the logo, but then that's where we started our journey at SixS Sports as a company well recognized under sports sciences in India. So one of the reasons why we are here is being a part of sports sciences for 6 years, what I understood was we have seen a lot of athletes coming into our center. We have also seen a lot of thousands of children, what we do as sports talent identification. The one thing I noticed in last 6 years is sports is played by many in India, but we are not seeing children enjoying the sport anymore. It's height of competition from a young age of 8 years. And during this competitive madness, people have stopped enjoying sports. When you pursue competitiveness from the young age, you're going to forget a lot of things in life. One is how key is the education, how key is your health, right? How key you enjoy the sport, right? And then the mental stress comes in, multiple things comes in. So this is where we have come together. Like initially, I met MSK Prasad sir, right? We have played in our junior days. I played cricket for state, and sir was playing for Andhra. So that's how I met MSK sir. And then MSK sir, we had the same vision. We continued, we met Gopichand sir. We had the same vision. We all together met Raul sir from the Woxsen University. We shared the same vision. Then I met Anju Bobby George. We had the same vision. Then I met Anil sir. Anil sir is from Bangarra Group, Executive Chairman. So we also needed somebody to come and support us back. If you have to dream big, that's when Anil sir also came. That's how this story of we all have come together with a common cause here. And that's the vision which I think was spoken about very clear, the way we want to drive India's vision. And when we put out a poster initially before the press conference, we said revolutionizing Indian sports. We are not revolutionizing Indian sports telling we are here to create champions. We are here to make children enjoy sports, and every sportsman who take up sports, we give the best training facility, the best coaching, the best mentorship, the best education, the best placement, and taking care of the health, the mental health and physical health, which is the most important. That's why we all joined here together, and we wanted to make an announcement. That's why we all, thank you so much, and look forward, I think, working with all the legends, creating a atmosphere, what we have visioned. So few years down the line, like Raul sir said, yes, we will be producing Olympic champions, but our core vision remains the same, which was announced. Thank you so much.
Can I have Mr. Pradeep, please, from Woxsen University? Thank you very much, Anil. Thank you very much. Before we move forward, I'm pretty sure you would have watched the visuals of gadgets being used on the screen here. So this is a brain training lab that we have set up, and largely due to the efforts of Dr. Gaurav Sharma, who's India's only brain training expert with over 15 years of experience, and he's been doing this for almost 5 years with fantastic results. Dr. Gaurav Sharma will talk about this a bit later. Before that, I would like to welcome Mr. Anil Nair to please come on stage.
Hi, morning everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for being here. Much appreciate the presence of the members of the press and of course the guests. I'd like to make 2 points. One, I have, as my grey hairs show, been around the block. I've run companies worldwide, but it's not often that I get the opportunity to be involved in a venture that satisfies my inner core being on terms of being a parent and as a part of society. Not many ventures, very rare, that can club together education, sports, and science. And we are fortunate to have put together a group of leaders, all with the highest pedigrees in their verticals. That includes Woxsen, Anju, Gopi, MSK, and of course Anthony, who started this venture. So it's fantastic to be a part of that coalition. And as Raul said earlier, we've got to see where we can take this now. Secondly, I've been involved in sports, not necessarily in the playing of sports, but in the management of sports for close to 30 years. We all love podium finishes, but we also know that 99% of people who get involved in sports do not finish on the podium. Not for lack of trying, all of them. If you took the top 100 athletes in any sports, as much of hard work without the podium finishes. This platform that's been put together ensures that we are offering an alternative career pathway whilst looking to aspire in whichever sports they're looking to excel in. I have a question, which I've done a few of these conferences before in terms of sports, and always get hit on the head by the organizers to say, why are you discouraging people from sports? I said, no, I'm not trying to discourage them from sports. All I'm showing is the reality. I ask you a question. Do you know who the third man on the moon was? Or who was the third person to climb Everest? The third person to get on the moon was Peter Conrad. He was on the moon about a few months after Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. But he has vanished in the ether space of society. No one remembers him. The third person to climb Everest after Hillary and Tenzing Norway was Captain M.S. Kohli. He was a naval officer who actually climbed Everest. The first Indian to have climbed Everest and the third in the history to get on top of the peak. No one remembers him. And the point I make here is that we have got a platform here that recognizes not just the podium finishes, but we offer alternative pathways that will give them a podium finish in some other walk in life. And you don't have to be a champion on a sports podium to be declared a success. What we're putting together here ensures there will be podium finishes, alternative careers for all these young sports girls and boys who come through our program. So I won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much. And I do believe that's the USP that we have here, that we're all aligned on. That the 1% who make it have made it, but the 99% have got all the discipline, the integrity, and the hard work ethics that will take them on alternative career pathways, and this is a great start. Thank you again. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Could you please? Can I please request Dr. David? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Can I request Mr. Arun Nair to kindly come on stage? He's the co-founder of Sporthood.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Arun. I'm the co-founder of Sporthood. We are part of the Football Center of Excellence in this partnership. Interestingly, I was struck by two of the points Raul made in the beginning, right? The Woxsen University started in 2014. That's the same year we also started Sporthood. 10 years of fight against a lot of things, including the system, process, and COVID also in between. And the other part is he was talking about IIMs and IITs being a competition, right? I mean, that is what you are targeting for. And interestingly, I am an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad, right, sometime back. So that brings in a bit of a perspective. We last 10 years, we focused a lot on football, grassroots sports. The name Sporthood itself comes from the idea of sport in your neighborhood. If you compress that whole line, you end up with Sporthood. The key being participation. Like Anil sir said, the participation is the key. Unless you are participating, you are never winning, right? I mean, you can't win a competition where you are not entering or participating in. The participation gap is something we are really focusing on. We want to put a lot of people into the football fields, whether they are playing on a 5-a-side field or a 11-a-side field, whether they are playing not even with a football or with the best equipments the Center of Excellences can provide. Our idea is to make sure that this grassroots activity in football is happening all the way. And education is also a key element into that, right? I mean, when I was studying, I used to play football. I mean, I may not look like a footballer, but I used to play football. But the key, once I reached high school, there was a stark choice. Whether you want to pursue education or you want to pursue sports, right? And in India at that time, the choice was fairly clear, right? You want to definitely pursue education. So if people are given that choice, it's never going to help them or sports or education, right? My point is, we should be able to give people the option to choose both, right? Have sports and education together, right? Like Anil sir said, the success rate in any sport is way less compared to even, management or technology or anything else. But this option has to be available. You should be able to pursue your sports career as well as education career together. And I think this initiative, this partnership, spearheaded by Anthony Gopichand sir, MSK, and Woxsen University, is going to be a game changer in that, in changing that process. Giving that option to everybody for a long period, not only until they are 10-year-old or 12-year-old. If we can give that option all the way until they are 18, 19, 20, probably, we'll start producing the Olympic champions or, the more great players from, India, from our own ecosystem, and hopefully in football also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I request Mr. Shaji SP to please give him a token of appreciation? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Can I have Mr. Ritesh Gaur from Samyukta International, please?
Good morning, everyone, and distinguished guests here. Thank you for inviting me here today. With the Woxsen and Samyukta school together, it's going to be a great partnership, I believe. And just to tell up where the Woxsen has come up and how Samyukta is going to help with the Woxsen is that, we have started a school showing up that, education and sports should go hand in hand. It is not something like a different subject where it should be neglected. Right then, when we are working onto it, right after 1 year, the Woxsen has showed up stating, the thing you're doing and the work you're doing is very good. And we want to, and you work with us, so we'll make this happen, is what Mr. Krishna and team has promised us. And with all these leaders, with all these sport athletes and all, I feel very much terrified, I'm sorry. But with all these leaders, I think that is going to happen. And we are here to support this partnership with academics at the school level. And I believe that when there's a parent given, this child given a choice that whether to choose sports or academics, parent would ask the child to choose academics rather than the sports. But with this partnership, I think it's a game changer in the whole market itself. With the Woxsen coming up with the academic and a sports together, as everyone said, it will help every player to what to choose after their sporting career. It will be a very great chance for everyone and not to leave this love of sport they always had. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Could I have Dr. Conrad on stage, please, to present a token of appreciation? Thank you very much, gentlemen. May I now request Dr. Gaurav Sharma to kindly come up.
Hello. Yeah, firstly, thank you so much for having me here. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the stakeholders for this wonderful initiative which Woxsen and SixS is taking, and getting these great legends to partner, especially Gopichand sir, MSK Prasad sir, and Anju ma'am. So most importantly, what I was just hearing, that it is the first of its kind where academics and sports will go hand in hand. But what is the way, how will we cope up the pressure which the child will have, managing two things at a time? And like Anil sir said, the success rate, even in sports or academics, definitely is a problem. So that's where we come in, where we are providing brain training, which is working on the cognitive functioning. So having technology, which you just, it was played on the screen, we have around 23 technologies which can improve your brain functioning, managing stress, and especially scouting the kids for the right sports and also for right stream in the education as well. And to make sure, in this initiative, whosoever will kind of get into the university, there will be a proper scouting process where they will be kind of counseled for the career pathway also, what kind of things you have to do, and also to improve, not just give you a diagnostic tool that, okay, these are the issues, which happens everywhere. So we have come up with a solution, and my special congratulations to Anthony Chaco for this wonderful initiative. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Could I request Mr. Vishal to kindly give a token of appreciation to Dr. Gaurav? Thank you very much. May I now request Ms. Anju Bobby George to kindly come up and present her insights.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me thank Mr. Anthony to bringing this idea together in the Woxsen University to making this happen. I'm an athlete, but it was my mother's interest. She put me in athletics, and I had never got a chance to play any other sport. And but I could bring India's first medal to the world medal to our country. But the idea what we are bringing here, we are giving an opportunity to each one of them. They can choose their events, they can try their events, and they can decide. If they are good in sports, they can go in that way. If they are good in education, they can go in that way. And we, Anju Bobby Sports Foundation, we started in 2019, and I could bring another world medal in the junior category for India again. And I'm confident enough that I can bring that same quality in this venture also. So this is the first opportunity and first for my academy, because I was always focusing in my own academy. So I believe in quality. And so this is the first time I'm coming out from my academy, and see the partners, my friends, and all together, I guess we can bring this idea in a global stage, or in India, we can create a new opportunity for the athletes, new opportunity for the kids, new opportunity for the parents, and they can bring their kids to sports, and they can at the same time they can do their academics, they can choose their path. So thank you very much for all the stakeholders, and hope this will bring something new for our country.
Can I request Ms. Uma, Vice Chancellor of Woxsen University, kindly come up and give a token of appreciation? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Can I now request Mr. M.S.K. Prasad to kindly come up and share his insights, please?
Thank you. Much. It's really a great honor to be a part of this wonderful, what we say, a collaborative effort to see Indian sporting industry goes to the next level. I know my good friend Anthony is very, very smart fellow. I think a couple of months back, this guy comes to my house silently. He says, MSK, do you remember me? I'll tell you the truth today, I didn't remember, by the way. But when you smiled, I think you're the same guy who has got that big smile. As we kept on going, silently, we were having an open trial somewhere in Vijayanand Gardens where we wanted to give free coaching for an underprivileged kids. It's the talent scouting is what we were having that time. That's when silently Anthony came. Then he brought Nawaz along with him. Both of them know how to slightly slip in whatever that they want. See, that slight slip in has brought us all of us together. Fantastic, Anthony, fantastic, Nawaz. You've done a good job. In that process of slipping, both of them came to me, and I slipped one to Gopi, actually. And see, because that's when Gopi is in hot news across the country. By the way, entire Indian sporting industry is full about Gopichand only. People were discussing about Gopichand. For right reasons, God knows. So he's raised a topic which is actually thought-provoking. He's raised a topic which nobody else in the Indian sporting industry would have even thought of raising. He had severe pressures coming from different sporting backgrounds. Now people were, in some way or other, someone like me running an academy is a villain. You know why? Because he talked about sport is only for a particular financial backgrounds. There's so much of depth behind what he spoke, but the people with ordinary minds have really got ordinary thoughts in it. They didn't really understand the essence of it. But one man, me and Gopi went to this man, along with Nawaz and Anthony, and we just broached this topic. Because after some time I got bought in, because being Gopi, he'll be able to convince anybody. He's like that, he's a monk living amongst us. So we went to one man, and we expected that Anthony, all of us, they were saying that we'll have a very good meeting with the vice president of our Woxsen University. So we thought, vice president of our Woxsen University, you'll be having a glasses like this and looking from outside the glass, stomach hitting the table in front, and behind very difficult to adjust in the chair. So, but suddenly out of nowhere, we saw one youngster who was just hearing to what the Gopi was talking about, our aims and our philosophy about future of sports. This man gets up, he's so tall by the way, he gets up and said, when do you want to start? That's Raul. Well done, Raul, we are very, very so that's the beauty about sport. This man is the vice president who has got 6 broken fractures, by the way. 6, no? You think so? So that's the beauty about sport. Someone who has, sport is not about physical activity. Many people think that it's a physical activity. It's an attitude. Sport is an attitude within oneself to keep fighting time and again, just to keep fighting. You know that sport teaches you that not every day is yours. You might fail, you might succeed, but there is a stage where you will reach where you want to. That is actually, sport is all about attitude. This is what, there's so many companies that have come up about producing champions, this, that and all. But how many people are thinking about the process which makes them the champions? That is the underlying fact. Because the moment we think about champions, you don't end up getting good results. By the way, we had a plan, we had a vision of Olympics. Unfortunately, we didn't reach where it was. A few years back, where Anju or Gopi are part of a system, they had a vision to produce, because they was focusing more on the process. Eventually, they produced Hindus and Sainas. Well done, Gopi. We are very, very fortunate to have such wonderful people, Gopi and Anju. So it's a great combination for all of us. You slipped it very well, Anthony. And going forward, I think Samyukta or, Woxsen University, all of us are going to think about building physical literacy. We want to educate. This system that all three of us, the sportsmen, the whole system, the entire Nair has come forward within no time, just like that. He flew all the way from Bahrain to be a part of us. Thank you, sir. And I heard that you are also instrumental behind the IPL concept also. I think that's a wonderful thing. You are not reaping results, but we are reaping results. We are getting pension, sir, by the way. The international cricketers are getting pension from what, that's the wonderful concept that you have come out with. The concept that what we discussed right now about future of the school sports, even Anju was also broaching about that topic about the thousands of school children which are going unnoticed, and also the university games which are very, very popular across the other parts of the world. We want to bring them to life. So a combination of both education and sport will definitely help, and we assure you that we will really focus on the process. We'll really focus on the physical literacy, which Gopi kept on emphasizing on that. I think Gopi, we are here. We endorse your views, and we will definitely carry the objectives that you have raised, and we are proud to carry that. And who else it can be? He is the torchbearer for us, a man who is Arjuna, Dronacharya, Rajiv Khel Ratna, Padma Vibhushan. Only Bharat Ratna is left, I think. Gopi, well done. And we probably, if the whole country starts running from tomorrow, you'll be even get that Bharat Ratna award. Thank you. It's a great honor to be a part of it.
Thank you very much, sir. Can you please? Can I request Dr. Daya Shankar to kindly come forward and give a token of appreciation, please?
By the way, Anju, I missed to saying one thing. We wanted to combine both sport and also education. But just now I thought this thought that you might end up bringing modeling also along with this competition.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Can I request Mr. Pullela Gopichand, please?
Very good morning, all of you. One of the things when you're the last one to speak is that you haven't much to speak. So it'll be repetitive in some sense if I say, but I think for me, I think it's a great collaboration to have. I've spoken a lot in the last few months, enough for a lot of media to consume, so I won't go on that path. I would say congratulations, Anthony, and the idea. It was great that you brought the idea up. Woxsen, Raul, I think nobody better to understand this. When I went and spoke, I had a professional athlete who had to stop his career and then get into another field. I didn't have to go through explaining to him. He was explaining to me, so I had to keep quiet and listen to him. Thank you, Raul. It means a lot that it's not very easy for people to have an understanding of sport unless they've had an entire cycle of it. And to actually have that entire cycle and understanding was very important. Even I did not have this understanding till I did my entire cycle of champions and failures, and my own students whom I consider as kids. When they fail, I realized that they need another life, and I can't depend only on sport. And that is when this whole subject had come up. When my son went to Loughborough, he had a foundation year, which we didn't have in our education. That was important. As Mr. Anil Nair said, I think his son plays professional rugby, but he also has an education which he is pursuing. Unfortunately, that is something which is missed in our country. Either people have taken the complete education route. You have the IIT coaching centers which are taking you in 6th class, grinding you from morning till evening with only education and nothing else. They might be good at cracking exams, but they've been a very sad failure at cracking life. I think that's one of the sad things there. Or on the other extreme, we are seeing people take up sport completely neglecting education, which is also not a great thing, because as Mr. Anil Nair said, 99% of them would fail, and what happens to them on that pathway is a very important thing. Even when people succeed in sport, how many of them manage to exit out and have a good life after sport? How many can manage their life after sport? Because the focus, the motivation which they have while playing is supreme, but after sporting career, it is not there. So we need mentorships at every level, exit points at every level, and sport at every level, and education at every level. Each one of them is important. And together, today, we are trying to address this problem. Hopefully, in the years to come, this will become the model for us as a country, for us in the world also. I think this could be a real game changer. I hope that we are able to deliver on the dreams and promises which we are making to ourselves and to the younger generation, and hope we can bring it. Congratulations to each one of them. MSK is a good friend. Yeah, as he said, when he came in, this is my philosophy, this is what I'm talking, and it was so good because he had the maturity to understand, and I'm so happy that Anju, I've known her for many, many years. She understands, but I'm sure that every sports person who spent their time playing or reflecting on the ecosystem of sport will have the same view. And sometimes the problem is too big for people to address, so they don't address it. But I'm sure with people like this here, the big problem can be addressed. Thank you, Woxsen. Thank you, Anil, Nair, and the Bangarra group support or the family support. Thank you, ma'am, and Karen for coming here. Anthony, MSK, my good friend, and Anju, my good friend. Thank you very much. It's a great team, and hope we can deliver on the promise. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I request Ms. Uma again, please, to give a token of appreciation? Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So you can remain. Can I have all the dignitaries on stage? Mr. Anthony, Mr. Nair, Anju, MSK, Dr. Gaurav, Dr. Raul. Thank you very much. Please be seated, please. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
the floor is open for questions.
Yeah, I'm here. Could you just, I mean, this question could be to the Woxsen University. Could somebody emphasize what exactly is this collaboration between Woxsen and the academy? And also, how would the academy, have effective talent scouting? Because that is where we are lacking. Anybody could answer. I just wanted to know what is this collaboration? Yeah, I'm Ratna Chotrani. I just wanted to know what is this collaboration between Woxsen University and the academy that is coming up, and how there is a lack of effective talent scouting in our country, especially from the rural areas. So how would you exactly emphasize the talent that we have in India?
All right, thank you. Can you hear me? Am I
Yeah.
audible? Yeah. So first and foremost, the academy is not coming up. Academy is already there.
All right.
What we are doing is expanding vertically and horizontally along with all the dignitaries here and what was already mentioned. Now, addressing the rural areas is something that we have been doing for a while as a university in a different context. We have a lot of data around that, but on the sports side, I agree, the scouting and the talent management is obviously required. That's something which this collaboration and this partnership is also going to address from the younger ages till the upper range, and that's what we're here for ultimately. Now, it's not going to be a cakewalk, it's going to be challenging, but that's exactly why these collaborations are required. If it will be easy, it would already been done, I suppose. So consequently, these kind of forces come together. I don't know if any of you have anything to add to that. Anthony, maybe?
Yeah, I'll take that question also. I'll take the other side of the question, which was on the talent scouting. So SixS Sports is one company which has done the maximum talent scouting in India in terms of the scientific methodologies, right? There is a talent scouting happening where the coach's intuition works. There's a talent scouting happening through the events where the top performers are identified. Yeah, we also have different methodologies where we bring the scientific side of it, and most of the equipments, what we do for the talent scouting scientifically are being displayed here. So when I say talent scouting, we look at the mental abilities, the cognitive abilities, the physical abilities, right? All these are taken and done into a scoring system. We had a lot of success for Karnataka State, for the Delhi State, for the Delhi Sports University. It's something we're going to replicate here also. So that's where all the forces have come together to address that. In terms of the sports academy, what we say a great sports academy is where you have a great sporting facilities, world class, which Woxsen University has. You need top leaders and mentorships who have already achieved the highest in the sport, which we already have, right? Then you need the right talent, which we will bring the scientific methodologies. So it's all put together, the forces here. That's why we are all here.
So could Woxsen actually highlight what exactly is this collaboration between them and the academy?
No, Woxsen Sports, Woxsen University was more into education, right?
Yeah.
Now, they also had a great facilities and they also have a Woxsen Sports Academy, right? Now, we just all joined together for the Woxsen Sports Academy to make it a great environment now. The only thing what we have added here with the university is a school model also, because we have to bring children from a young age also. That's when Samyukta International School also has come here. So we take up admissions between 5th standard to 10th, 12th, and then the university. So that's where we also spoke about the dual career pathways, right? We had spoke about how we are going to give great kind of importance to physical literacy. That was spoken about. That's the ingredient here.
I'm Shashi Rai from Hybiz TV. My question is to Gopichand sir. Sir, what motivated you to support this academic sports collaboration?
Well, this is a subject which I've been speaking about. For many, and as I've said in the speech, either we've taken education completely, neglecting vocabulary, if you can say, from the movement side. Our elders, previous generations have been able to
crawl, walk, jump, throw better than the next generation in some sense. If physical literacy in some sequence was like alphabetical literacy or numerical literacy, if there was something called physical literacy in that sense, our movement vocabulary has come down. So people need to just play more, to have better movement skills. That's something which has actually gone down in the last few years because of our overemphasis on education or academic side of things. So either we are having people who are only going the student route, or also on the other side we are actually having people going completely on the sporting side. We want a right combination of education and sport so that they overall develop. And I think as what Mr. Anil Nair had said or Anju had said, what we are talking about is if you're good in sport, then we have the academies which can support you to get better and become professional in that. But if you're not good in sport, you at least have the movement vocabulary, you have the physical literacy skills, so that which you can go out in life and have an experience of playing sport better and have a great life and great experiences around sport which can help you in life, which can be life lessons or health or teamwork or coordination, all of these things which can benefit. So I'm looking at having a marriage of education and sport. With Samyukta school coming in, we actually have school level onwards, people are talking about it. And even at a university level, they don't have to drop out because it's not either or. You can actually have a combination of both of them.
Thank you, sir.
Academies are beginning to get very expensive to pursue sports. So how do you address that kind of a situation? And also when there is a talk of integrating academics with education, that's been going on for a while, but there is an overemphasis on education by parents, more so to the sports. How as a academy would you ensure that this integration, becomes a reality?
You want me to answer that question?
Anybody can answer.
Okay. By the way, I also run one private academy.
All right.
So, we run an academy. Parents come to us and say that tomorrow they have to play IPL. Day after tomorrow they have to play India. So, they come with this kind of a pressure. It's not only the pressure on the kids, it's the pressure on the system, pressure on the coaches. So the ultimate thing is that by the time he is 17 or 18, he gets burned out and he stops playing the sport. And he is nowhere in the society. That's the talk that all of us are trying to bring it, an unison of your goals, both professional goals and also a combination of academic goals, so that it gives them that little bit of confidence. Just a small example I would like to reiterate about myself. I come from a small town. I come from a place called Guntur. I had a very good education, luckily. Fortunately, I come from a place where if a boy is born, he has to become an engineer. If a girl is born, she has to become a doctor. That is, otherwise we are leftovers in the society. We are backbenchers, leftovers in the society. But I had a decent formal education. It is that education which kept me pushing from a person who comes from a village level to represent Andhra was the biggest thing at that level. From Guntur, I started representing Andhra, then subsequently South India and India. It's not that there are many better players. Of course, there are many, many better players than me. It is that education which I had, formal education, which gave me that cutting edge. That eventually, I might not have a successful international career. But today, if you see the whole Indian team, whether you are Shubman Gills or a Rishabh Pants or a Mohammad Siraj, who are #1 ranking in the world across different formats, were the players whom we have unearthed through a proper system, and that system has come through a formal education, because I completed my management in MBA and all. So that has really given me that confidence. When we speak to an international media, It's, before getting into a selection committee, I was the butt of jokes for the whole country. What the hell is this, man? MSK Prasad becoming a chairman of selection committee. After my first press conference, the great legendary Bedi, the greatest left-arm spinner ever produced by India, said that after your first PC, I look forward for every time that you speak in PC. It is the education that has given me that confidence. So that's the combination that we are looking at. And one more thing, just to add to that, what is that we are trying to create? We want, once again, I keep reiterating that we want to focus more on the process that can produce champions. We are not focusing on the champions to start up with as an end goal. We are just starting to focus more on the process aspect so that the kids go and enjoy and express themselves in whichever field that they prefer. So that's the exact unison and the combination that we are looking at.
I have one more answer for her. Since you asked the same question earlier, I was retracting myself, but now I won't. Why do you think there is education and sports? What makes you think sports is not education itself? Education is not degrees and certificates. Sports, as you can evidently see, is equivalent to the skill that you can obtain in any other organization or any organized institution. At the same time, you mentioned about parents giving priority to education, which is true. But being true does not make it right. Does not mean that what has been done till now has to be the continuation going forward, and we have to adjust to that because we have no choice. We do have a choice, hence the change. Now, can you change the mindset in an entire country? You can say no, I can say yes. The point is to start and obviously push at the national level and of course at the government level as well, where the actual change will happen. And this push, as you can see, is coming from the sports and it's coming from an institution in the school system, an institution in higher education. So there is nothing else that is left. You're covering the entire range. The point is to start. I hope that answers your question and also the previous one in the process. You have to use the mic. I cannot. You are citing Gopichand's what media has covered earlier?
I didn't mean Gopiji's academy. I was talking about the private academies that have come into existence, becoming beyond one's reach.
Well, I think we're starting this off as a school, and we also have SixS coming in as a sports science partner, so that we are able to identify talent, and definitely we will have scholarship programs which will help talented young kids to come into the program. And also, you should be aware that Woxsen has worked with a lot of local students and given them scholarships to actually pursue education. So in a similar fashion, we'll be looking at sporting scholarships as well.
Thank you. Just one related question, sorry for the last one. We are also lacking in qualified coaches. How would you address that issue? Anybody can answer.
So we are actually planning to start a coaches training programs also going forward, because that's what we discussed with Raul, that we want to create our own curriculum for different sports, and also even the students who are studying can take up that those diplomas, which will help them to secure jobs at later stages of life also. So we are trying to create our own curriculum in association with Woxsen for different sport going forward. Sorry? To start off with the people that we've been associating, Gopi comes up with his badminton, I come with cricket, or Anju comes up with athletics. Going forward, I mean, it's all the beginning that we are looking at. The bigger picture is that we want to make it as a sporting country going forward. We want to make the association that the fundamental point that all of us have joined together is to change the perspective of the world, and that starts with this combination.
It's audible? Yeah. Hi, this is Taruna from NTV. I have two questions, one for Anju ma'am and Gopi sir. So my question with Anju ma'am is, coaching and mentoring is a huge task. So how do you see that? Because as a champion, it's different, but when you're mentoring, you have a huge responsibility. That's one question. And how do you see the future of female coaches in India?
Well, as you said, as an athlete, I was enjoying my career. When I came to this side, I can see that difficult because my coach, Bobby, was always telling me that it's a difficult task to train you, especially your wife. And coaching wife is something different and extra effort. Now in my academy, I'm mentoring my girls. All are juniors, all are from 14 to 20-year-old. And now I can see the difference from our time and today's kids. Actually, they are getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of information, and bringing them back in track is such a difficult task for us. Because they always want to be in the social media, they always want to collect the information from outside, and see, they're always questioning us. That's the best part. They are questioning us, why we have to do this, why we have to do this. So that's the best part. But making them understand, be moderate, concentrate in your path, concentrate in your training, and take good sleep. So all these things actually is a difficult task for us. So we are giving them the freedom, but always in a limited level. So they know the line, where to stand. See, I am experiencing this, but again, I am enjoying this as a mentor. And there are a lot of opportunities in that. And women in coaching, see, Athletic Federation of India is doing a lot of classes for the coaches. We are trying to uplift the coaches, and almost every month we are having certification courses. The women in coaching, if you count the number, it's very less. Because, see, when we are an athlete, we are alone. We are single, so we can move around. But when we come into coaching, that will be after your career. So by then you will be having family and you will be settled somewhere else. And coaching is such a difficult task. 24-hour job, and you have to travel with the team, and you have to be away from your family. So that's why many athletes are not coming back to coaching. But we are actually supporting, and we are talking with Sports Authority of India. If a women athlete is coming back to coaching, then keep them in one place. Don't make them run here and there. So that's the one thing we can do, and we are trying to do that.
Yeah, so how do you see the future of female coaches, and do you have more female coaches in your academy?
Yeah, as Anju said, I think it's very, very important. Today, with every team going out, we have female coaches or female support staff going. That's a very important part of the program. In fact, SAI has made it mandatory that there's a female coach which travels with the team. Having said that, we need more coaches across the board, and of course, female coaches and support staff as well we would need. So there's a lot of effort being happening. We've organized coaching camps and trained the coaches programs. Last year at the academy, from BAI, from the academy separately. This year also we'll be having more. From the districts as well, we are calling in coaches, and there is definitely a push in that direction from all sides. And in general, across the board, we are seeing a sporting revolution in some sense happening. So there's a lot being spoken about. Corporates, NGOs, governments, individual people, private entities taking sport as an important thing. And with the Olympic bid kind of looking possible, so we are actually, everybody is actually joining hands together. So we have less number of people in every field, and definitely women even lesser, whether it's in administration or in coaching or in support staff. I think we're very less, and in some sports even the participation is less. So there's a push required from every front, and we need to do it. There's some government policies, but of course from everybody we are trying to push that forward. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm taking the lead. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I please have Vishal, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, what we witnessed today, it's more than a press conference. It's a movement what we are going to start in India. The sports and educations, with a powerful collaboration with Woxsen, SixS, and all the academics together, we'll be driving, and I'll thank all the dignitaries to put the points on the table and carrying this vision, and the real game begins now. Thank you so much.